have to say it's pretty fitting that I'm sitting in the front of what looks like a ship. You know, my dad, he loved the boat and he loved being on the water. And, you know, I just think that it's an amazing thing that I'm standing up here talking about it like this now. I'm going to do my best to keep it together because I know, you know, he's watching down saying, crying ain't going to do you nothing. So, thank you all for being here today to celebrate my dad. Some of the greatest memories I've had with my dad were in this school. You know, I remember going to the open gyms on Friday nights. Excuse me. You know, when we would play basketball for hours and just eat pizza as much as we could. And I remember thinking, what could be better than this? During the summertime in high school, you know, he would bring me at 5:30 a.m. to lift for football to get me ready for the fall. And in the evenings, I'd have baseball. But I remember those mornings like it was yesterday. You know, classic times with my dad where we'd be down in the dungeon of this school with Mr. Ficini and Mr. Majors, and they'd be trying to teach me how to lift to get ready for football. It's those times I will never forget. When I was a substitute teacher here for 5 years with my dad, and I got to spend time with Big J, you know, I first-handedly experienced my dad or Z's mischief that so many of you were victims of. You know, one morning I remember him tricking Mrs. Tuccio into thinking that he had gotten her a muffin. When she sticks her hand into the paper bag, the bag was full of live crabs. And she freaked and started running down the hall yelling, "See, I'm gonna kill you." You know, and Coach Larson was here earlier today. And I said to Nicole, "This is Coach Larson. This is the guy my dad hid the fish in his office on during football season." And the whole room, the whole place stunk. It was terrible. But one thing was for sure, my dad knew how to live and have fun. And his attitude was contagious. This school meant a lot to my pops, and our family is thankful to New Orleans High School for making this possible today. Dad went by many names: Big Pete, Buddha, Zazu, Big Z, Daddy, Jock, Uncle Pete, Whale. He was special to so many people. He had this carefree attitude and loving spirit that spread everywhere we went. He certainly lived life to the fullest and had this way of connecting with so many people, and that was very easy to see growing up with him. And kind of a continuing morale throughout this is, you know, how much his family meant to my pops. My family meant the world to him. It never mattered how far my sisters and I needed to travel for our sports teams or the expense of the trips. My mom and dad, they always found a way. You know, sitting down to write this, I realized how far he really did travel. The joy it brought to his life. One memory that stands out was my first year of spring training. I remember his face and how happy he was to have flown across the country, crammed on a plane for 6 hours with no cigarette break. And this sheer joy on his face when I saw him, and it was 90 degrees in Arizona, was incredible. In the summertime, there wasn't anything he loved more than being on the boat or sitting by the pool. We all have the best memories of all of his Zaneski adventures, as I would call it. Because every time we went out, there were some crazy shenanigans going on. From tubing on the river, to our offshore fishing trips, to teaching his grandkids how to fish on Mrs. Ward's dock. And finally, this past summer, he was so happy to come down to the marina, sit in the Adirondack chair, and be there when Nicole and I got back from our own fishing adventure. He would then proceed to tell us that we don't know how to fish, and I'll put you on the fish. Throughout the last year and a half, it has been really hard. One of the hardest things to watch is for someone to not be able to help themselves or be themselves. The last time that I saw my dad truly happy was on our first family offshore fishing trip in the summer of 2017. Excuse me. The first offshore family fishing trip in the summer of 2017. It was me, my pops, Neil, Jay, and Mr. Bakulis. We saw a 20-foot basking shark. Big J caught small yellowfin tuna. We caught about 15 mahi. Saw tons of dolphins. It was truly an incredible trip. My dad slept for maybe 3 hours out of 36 hours and was like a little kid on that trip. He talked nonstop and just had this look of sheer joy all over him. And I remember after that trip, I was just so happy to see him so happy. And I'll remember that trip for the rest of my life. My dad told me a few years ago, when his time came to an end, he wanted it to be a celebration. With his favorite music playing and his friends and his family celebrating. I can picture him now playing some Rolling Stones music on the boat, doing his little head bob. And that is how I want to remember my dad. The fun, loving, tough, stubborn old Pollock that he was. He was a proud Zaneski, the best dad I could have ever